Hello everybody, this is me Johan here. Now how does a phone with a flagship chipset, a Snapdragon 855 and a 4500 milliampere battery do in terms of battery endurance? Well, I tested the Samsung S10 lite for a total of 4 days and these are my results. On day number 1, I got a standby time of 14 hours and 12 minutes, a screen on time of 7 hours and 10 minutes, and battery life 14% was left at the end of the day. As far as usage went, Wi-Fi 60% and 4G 40%. On this day, I downloaded a lot of apps, used YouTube for 2 hours, gamed for 45 minutes at high graphic settings, made calls for 30 minutes, listened to Spotify for about 2 hours, and took a lot of pictures and also a few videos along with the usual social media apps like WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook here and there, and the always on display was on all the time. Very good battery life considering the heavy nature of my usage on this day. On day 2, I got a standby time of 15 hours, a screen on time of 6 hours and 26 minutes. Battery left was 24% at the end of the day. Usage, Wi-Fi 50% and 4G 50%. On this day, again power usage. I used YouTube for close to 2 hours, played Call of Duty and Asphalt 9 for an hour, streamed music on Spotify for over 2 hours, made calls for 40 minutes, and used all the usual social media apps whenever I required. As you guys can see, it was a similar result. If I had drained it all the way till 15%, I would have again achieved over 7 hours of screen on time, like the first day. Very consistent results with this usage pattern. Day 3, I achieved a standby time of 1 day and 15 hours, a screen on time of 7 hours and 22 minutes. 10% of battery was left at the end of the day. Wi-Fi 30%, 4G 70%. On this day, I used it more like a normal user. I made calls for about an hour, streamed music on Spotify, used maps for 30 minutes, watched YouTube and also used the usual social media apps. Used Bluetooth earphones for a long time too. I did not play games. As you guys can see, it will easily last a moderate user 1.5 days per charge. On day 4, I achieved a standby time of 1 day and 20 hours, a screen on time of 7 hours and 16 minutes in total. 14% of battery was left. The usage Wi-Fi 40% and 4G 60%. As you can see, similar usage like the third day, where I did not play games and used all the usual voice calls, YouTube and other social media apps whenever I required. Almost 2 days of charge is pretty great for a phone with a flagship chip inside. Battery idle drain. Idle drain with Wi-Fi and 4G switched off. It lost between 5 to 7% of charge in 7 hours, almost every day, with the always on display on. That's on an average almost 1% per hour, which is a lot higher than most of the Android phones out there, which on an average lose between 2 to 3% of charge in 7 hours. With the always on display off, it loses 3 to 4% every 7 hours, which is almost on par with most of the Android phones. To conclude, the Samsung S10 lite delivers solid battery backup and is by far the best battery life I've got out of a phone with a Snapdragon 855 processor. Anyone who wants a phone with a high-end Snapdragon 800 series chip and also great battery life and specifically want a Samsung, the Samsung S10 lite is the phone for you.